Welcome back. Chris Pinson with Color 10 Sports joins us now because the College World Series is currently happening.
That's right.
And you have to catch Blake and I up because
Yes.
we don't know anything. And I'm sure there are people
This is
who actually
true.
do know
People
something
at home
about it.
also, yeah.
So we're a few days into it, right?
Yes.
Who's playing and what's going on?
Okay, right. So, College World Series has 8 teams in it, right?
Okay.
You start with 64, just like March Madness basketball.
Okay.
And you whittle your way down from 64, 32, 16, 8. So these final 8, you play double elimination. So if you don't survive the weekend, you go home.
Ooh.
Right, and so you go for 2 weeks long. And so if your team and another team make it, you play in the finals, the championship, and that's a best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Now, because we are an SEC country, being in the Show Me State, most time it's the SEC teams like Ole Miss or Auburn, LSU, Florida, who I used to cover in Gainesville. They're also in it this year as well.
Okay.
So the cool part about this is, right, this is where we blend, right, on the lifestyle show. So if you're not a baseball fan, maybe you'll watch it because of this, right? So across the stadium from Charles Schwab Field is a bar. It's called Rocco's Pizza Bar.
Okay.
And since 2019, they have held a Jell-O shot challenge.
Oh.
Now, Jell-O shots, some people like them, some people don't. Okay.
How does that relate to baseball?
Right.
Right.
I know. I'm like, where are we going with
Okay,
this?
right. So the cool part is at this bar, they put all 8 teams up on a board, which you'll see right here.
Okay.
Right? And all 8 teams, it's kind of a competition between the fan bases. Which fan base can drink or buy the most Jell-O shots in a 2-week period?
Okay, is this bar in a town of one of those teams?
No, right? So this is in Omaha, Nebraska,
Okay.
where they play the World Series.
Okay, so it says, like, it's not going to be, like, heavy on one team. then.
Correct.
Okay.
No, right? So if Nebraska, if the University of Nebraska was playing, then yeah, it'd be like
Yeah,
home
that'd
cooking.
be kinda like cheating.
Okay.
Right, but Nebraska hasn't been there in, I don't know, I haven't looked it up, I don't know when.
Okay.
Now, what's crazy is just a few days into this 2-week World Series, we've got some staggering numbers already that I know
Right.
you want to share with us.
Right, okay, so last year you had Ole Miss, right? They won the tournament, they beat, I think, Auburn to win it. Well, their fan base came out in support, and in 2 weeks, their fan base bought 18,000 shots
Oh my gosh. Okay.
at $4.50 apiece.
Okay, please tell me the money's going to something good and not
Yes.
just like getting people
Yes,
all
right?
over the place.
Right. It is not just a great way to make a lot of money,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Right, so since 2019, and they started this challenge, up until this year, most of the proceeds would go to the final 2 teams in the World Series Championship Series. Well, this year, because it was such a big hit last year, all the proceeds, or a portion of the proceeds, from all sales will go to all 8 teams' food pantries.
Wow,
food
that's
Yes.
awesome.
pantry.
Okay,
Yes.
so tying
Okay.
back to the local community.
Right.
I love that. Okay.
Yes.
So do we know where we stand at with numbers right now?
Well, all right, so as of today, there was a noon update, and at 5 o'clock, the bar will put out an update as well.
Okay.
As of noon today, LSU is leader in the clubhouse by a mile.
Okay.
LSU, in 3.5 days, has bought 12,000 Jell-O shots.
12,000.
Okay, but last year the winning team got bought 18,000. So
in
we're
2 weeks.
like, okay,
Yeah,
we're
so-
only a few
There's
days
plenty
in.
of room to beat that.
When
Yes.
does this
Plenty of
end?
time.
What's the date?
So it's going to end. So it's going to end next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. It will have the championship series. Could be 2 games, could be 3 games. Either way, it's going to end. So, I mean, I thought 18,000 was no way you could touch that.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that
But the
looks
fact that LSU is already at 12.
Already there.
Well,
yeah,
how
it's
long
insane.
have they been doing this? Is this just the second year, or has it been for a while?
So like I said, so since 2019 they've had the competition.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's right, you said that.
right, but like I said, these teams, their fan bases, they're here to support the teams.
Uh-huh.
They
love
like a
that.
good cause, and again, it's all going back to the food pantries of all 8 schools.
So I want to know too. Sorry. So people from afar, can you participate in this somehow, or do you have to go be there locally in the bar?
I think you just have to locally be there
Okay.
in the bar.
The one question I have is, please tell me that they're telling people to drink responsibly.
Of course they are.
Because I'm like, my kid goes to college next year, and you know,
Mom,
like, I just,
Mom, it's an educational higher learning experience.
Okay.
There's no party
You
at
know I have
colleges.
work.
Right. All right, Chris.
all about
Thank
raising
you.
money for pigs.
Yes, thank you
Yes.
so much for sharing this
Thank
with us.
you,
We really
Chris.
appreciate
My pleasure.
it.
Thank y'all for having
Cool
me.
story. Yes. All right, Ozarks Live will be right back.
Stay with us.